Thanks again for tuning in. This is part 2 of a video that I started called Guns, God, and Gold. I was about to show you a flyer that I made for the Anti-New World Order Party. Basically, it's about Agenda 21 with some quotes and why you should care and get involved. Here it is. It's in black and white. It's the way I like it. That's right. I'll read it to you. I think it's pretty good. I like constructive criticism, so if anybody has any thoughts or ideas about this, please feel free to, leave the comments, at the bottom of this video, or you can just email me. My email for the Anti-New World Order Party is anti-NWOparty@yahoo.com. You can also reach us on Skype, even though I'm not on there that often, but if you're interested in Skyping with us, it's Anti-New World Order Party. Just look that up, and I'm sure you'll find it. It's just that simple. Well, anyways, here we go. 1984 equals 1776. Quotations. Why should you care? Our mission is to defend the United States Constitution, Bill of Rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness by way of grassroots educational campaigns and political activity. America must remain independent. Say no to global government. Say no to Agenda 21. Agenda 21 gives United Nations the right to global governance of the United States of America. This action will terminate your rights to freedom of choice. That's right. This is happening in our country. And we'll get into more details of that later. On to the flyer. Individual rights will have to take a back seat to the collective. This was said by Harvey Rubin, Vice Chairman of the ICLEI, the Wetlands Project. Is this guy talking about America? Yes, sadly he is. Educate yourself. Say no to Agenda 21. It's coming to a town near you. Oh. What? Oh. Sorry, friends. Bill collectors, we'll ignore them. The power of the ignore button. Pretty awesome. We'll just communicate with them later. So, here we go. Back to the flyer. Participating in a UN advocated planning process would very likely bring out many of the conspiracy fixated groups and individuals in our society. This segment of our society, who fear one world government and a UN invasion of the United States, through which our individual freedom would be stripped away, would actively work to defeat any elected official who joined the conspiracy by the undertaking of LA 21. That's Agenda 21. So we will call our process something else, such as sustainable development, comprehensive planning, growth management, or smart growth. Quotes by J. Gary Lawrence, advisor to President Clinton's Council on Sustainable Development. That's right, friends. These are people that are advisors to the President of the United States of America. I'm sure, these guys are meaning well by letting the United States be taken over by the United Nations. I don't think it's such a good idea. The United Nations is just basically a big killing machine. They advocate for a lot of war, and if you don't go along with their program, they're going to take you out through war, through proxy. Anyways, back to the flyer. So, what can you do? Well, educate fellow Americans. Reprint this brochure and hand it out. It's pretty simple. Join the Anti-New World Order Party. Contact your representatives in Washington, D.C. Network, organize, show up to town halls, and voice your opinion. If you need to contact us, you can contact me. My number is 1-585-236-9858. Again, that number is 1-585-236-9858. My email address is anti-NWOparty@yahoo.com. You can also find our links on Twitter, Facebook, and WordPress. I'm sure we have plenty other, social networking links out there. I know we do have a group on PrisonPlanet.com and also PrisonPlanetInfowars.com. It's a new social networking forum. We're very excited for the Anti-New World Order Party. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback from people. A lot of people are getting involved. Our organization started out with a small group of people in Rochester, New York. When we first started out, it was probably about a good handful of people. It just kept growing from there. And like I said in the last video, thank you Campaign for Liberty for kicking me out for talking about the New World Order. Because if it wasn't for Campaign for Liberty or Ron Paul, the Anti-New World Order Party would never exist. So we're organizing in local towns across the country. Our biggest group right now is on Facebook. It's over 1,000 people. And we're only a year old. So basically we just keep growing every day. When I check my Facebook, I have at least 5 to 10 people friend requesting me, and it just doubles and doubles and doubles. Our blog right now, as of today, has 60,522 views, and that's in 1 year. So, and we haven't done a whole lot with it. I have about 200 posts on our blog right now, but we do plan on putting a lot more videos like this up on our blog site, and we're hoping that through more interactive social networking that we'll grow locally, and we'll actually be able to go out and collect petitions and enough signatures. Unlike the Libertarian Party, who's now leaning towards socialism, if you look on their platform, you'll find that they're now embracing the Green Movement. The Green Movement is nothing more than the Communist Party. So the Libertarian Party is now leaning towards communism, just like the big-time Republican Party and the big-time Democratic Party. Now they're sucking up the communists are now getting into all these other organizations like the Libertarian Party, and they're just starting to take over, and that's not going to happen here at the Anti-New World Order Party. Basically, it's not going to happen because we don't buy into any of their phony baloney propaganda of socialism. We do believe that obviously we do have to take care of our elderly people, but most of that should be done through charities like it was done in the past. There was never a problem with that until the government started getting involved in making organizations take a 501c3 tax, so you can't really get involved in politics. And I think that when you, well, actually I know, when you're in a church, oh geez, another call. 024143. All right, I can't take this either. So, like I said, I've been getting calls like crazy, and we have about 2 minutes left on this video, so I'm going to get back to talking about 501c3 tax exempt. I'm going to make it real simple. When the government has strings attached and you talk bad about the government, or then you go too far, the government will take those strings and pull them. So therefore, they'll take your tax exempt status and they will make you pay back all the money that has been, donated to your cause. And so therefore, many times these churches and organizations can't pay that back, so they get shut down. Plain and simple. Look up 501c3 tax exempt status and why it's so bad. Next video, we're going to talk about more of the sovereign citizen and a little more about guns. Alright guys, it's great talking and reporting from Anti-New-World-Order-Party.com. I'm Dan Leach, live on location. God bless.